Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous video, we discussed about the Aborigines who first took their settlement in England. Romans invaded England early 255 BC. By the middle of 5th century, Germanic tribes invaded England. People of Denmark and Norway invaded at the middle of 9th century. We saw up till the reign of William of Normandy. In this video, we are going to discuss about the successes of William of Normandy. After the death of William of Normandy in the year 1087, William II, who is also known as William Rufus, he ruled England for a while. William Rufus was a cruel man and he died under a tragic circumstance. He was pierced with an arrow drawn by an unknown person while he was hunting in the forest, and all his companions they ran away to different directions. The following morning, William II's dead body was carried by some foresters on a cart to Winchester, which was the capital of England. It was a former capital of England. He was buried without any religious ceremony, and after that his younger brother, Henry I, he ruled England from 1100 to 1135. After him, the next king was Stephen of Anjou, who ruled England from 1135 to 1154. After the death of Stephen of Anjou in the year 1154, his brother Henry II became the king of England. An event of great importance occurred during the reign of Henry II because there was a quarrel between the king and Thomas Becket. Thomas Becket, who was the Archbishop of Canterbury. Henry II's reign was actually a struggle for power between the state and the church. When we look about Thomas Becket is a son of a London merchant. He was originally the Chancellor of Henry II. As Chancellor, Becket was hardworking and loyal to the king got him appointment as the Archbishop of Canterbury. Since Henry was appointed as the Archbishop of Canterbury by Henry thought that Becket would be submissive to him, and also Henry thought that he can take power and control over the church. However, Henry was disappointed in his expectation because very soon dispute arose between the king and the archbishop due to the crime done by some clergymen. The king claimed that the clergyman who did mistake has to be tried in the king's court according to the law of the land. The Archbishop Becket, on the other hand, he says that these clergymen should be tried in the ecclesiastical court according to the law of canon. The king was angry with Becket because Becket seems to be stubborn on this issue. Fearing for the consequences that Becket would face for opposing the king, Becket flees to France, where he continued his vigorous controversy for nearly 6 years. As years went by, both became less stiff in their attitudes and some sort of agreement was reached between them. On 1st of December 1170, Thomas Becket he returned to England. But when he came to England, he communicated with the bishops and he came to know that some of the bishops has taken sides with the king in the time of their quarrel. Knowing the return of Becket, Henry wanted to somehow get rid of this quarrelsome archbishop. On 29th of December, 4 knights got into the cathedral where Becket was doing his evening prayers. The knights and Becket, they had some argument, and followed by this the knights grew violent. They drew their swords and killed him. By this incident, the entire Christendom was shocked. Within 3 years, Becket the Archbishop was declared a saint, and the Canterbury Cathedral, which contained his tomb, was attracted with pilgrims from all parts of Europe. The king himself felt sorry for his rash words and he did penance for his sin. Henry allowed the clergy to be tried in the ecclesiastical court. This practice continued up to the days of the Reformation. The suffering death of Thomas Becket has been remembered in English literature by four poets. The Canterbury Tales, Chaucer's masterpiece, is a collection of stories which is narrated by pilgrims going to the shrine of this great champion of the church. George Darley, the Irish dramatist, and Alfred Tennyson has written dramas about Thomas Becket. The modern play Murder in the Cathedral by T.S. Eliot is also based on this tragic event. Henry II died in the year 1189, and after this his son Richard I came to the throne of England. Hope this video has given you some information about history of England. The next part of this will be continued in the next video. We'll be meeting you very shortly. Until then, take care.